Obviously, players must be very excited. They've been up and about this week and ready to get back into things.
Yes, most definitely. You could notice the difference this week in training, the excitement. As you say, it's been a long time and the boys are just happy to get back out and playing again.
From a squad point of view, we know Al Hassan's had a little bit of a setback. You've got James with the knee. How's Louis Dorigo? And other than those three, have you got pretty much a full side?
Yeah, pretty much. So we've got 22 players going into the hub. So at this stage, everyone is fit, other than, as you said, James. Al Hassan's had a small injury, but he's fine. He'll play on Sunday night. So yeah, we're looking forward to just getting out and playing again.
As a new coach, the long layoff, it's 4 months since you've seen Brisbane play. They've got a new coach, probably a few new faces as well. Does that simplify things for you and the squad as well?
Look, we're just going to concentrate on what we're doing. We're not too focused on what the other sides are doing at the moment, because we just don't know what's going to turn up on Sunday night from the opposition. So we're just really focused on what we've tried to implement in the 4 weeks of training, and that's what we're just going to concentrate on.
What's the little niggle that Al Hassan's had recently?
He had that long injury with the foot, so we've just been mindful of that we didn't want to push him too hard coming back in this 4 weeks. So it's not more of an injury, it's more of we've just been monitoring him, that's all. And
will Louis fly with the squad to Brisbane and then to Sydney, or will he meet up with them later?
Yeah, he'll meet up with the squad later. So at this stage, we could play him on Sunday night, but at this stage we won't take the risk.
And how's Paul Izzo tracking?
Paul's doing really well. So he's been back in full training now for nearly 2 weeks, and yeah, he's been doing really well. He had a little bit of bruising just from the accident, but that seemed to have settled down now. So he's 100%.
What are the things you want to see from your side this weekend? Obviously, we hear about the small changes that you made. What are the key things that you want to see from them?
Yeah, we want to see some good discipline. Make sure that our defensive structure is good, and being aggressive and take the game on.
For yourself as well, it's a bit of an audition for the full-time role. What's a pass mark over these 5 games? What will you walk away and be happy with?
Yeah, look, our goal is to make the finals. That's anything below that, I suppose, we'll be disappointed with. We've got a good enough squad to make the finals and to go all the way. So that's our main goal at the moment.
Yesterday, Stefan spoke about a bit of uncertainty about what they can and cannot do once you guys do get to Sydney. Do you have any further clarity about whether you're able to leave the hotel at all? No,
my understanding is we're pretty much in the hotel. The only time we leave the hotel is when we go training and when we go to the games. So, it's going to be, I suppose, we've got a very close group. So it just make them a little bit closer. So it's just a matter of us finding ways to entertain ourselves in the hotel.
From that point of view then, how hard does it make your job to try to get them to remain upbeat and in good spirits if they're essentially in lockdown? Yeah,
as I said, they're a very close group, so I don't think we'll have too much trouble in that regard. I suppose in one way, being stuck in the hotel, it means we can have a little bit more time in analysing our own games and analysing the opposition, and we can spread that over longer periods instead of having the players to sit down and watch for longer periods. We can do little 10-15 minutes spells every day.
If Al Hassan's had a few setbacks, does that mean that Christian will lead the line?
Yeah, Christian has been very sharp. I'd say he was most probably the fittest player that came back in after the COVID break. So he's looking really good, and in all the games that we've played, he's scored a couple of goals in every game. So no, Christian is looking very good.
Have you had any conversations with Christian in terms of to boost his confidence? You say he's the fittest, and obviously that helps, but he's looked a different player in the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, look, it's I suppose just the way we trained is a little bit different to how we trained before. So it's allowed him to stay a little bit fresher. So he hasn't been pushed to 100% for every session. So he's been able to stay fresh, which has kept him sharp.
What are some of maybe the things that you learned from Gertjan that you're taking into your own sort of time now as head coach?
Yeah, look, Gertjan was very strong in the way that he wanted to play, and was very strong. He didn't sort of back down from what he wanted to see and happen. And I've taken that on board, and you just got to back yourself.
Just lastly, in terms of the hub, you mentioned more opportunity for meetings and things like that. Is there any concern that players are going to be sitting around for really long periods of time doing nothing, and you want to keep them entertained?
Yeah, look, I suppose that's how we structure day-to-day activities. We will make sure we train in the afternoon. So if we train in the mornings, then the players will sit around the hotel all afternoon and evening. So we try and break the day up, and then they can sort of do a little bit of gym, a little bit of video in the morning, then have lunch, and then go out and train in the afternoon, and then come back for dinner. So that sort of break it up a little bit that way.
Just on that, do you feel as though you're being kept prisoner a bit?
No, not really. Look, it's as you say, in football, when you go away on these tournaments like for the Asian Cup or World Cup qualifiers and stuff like that, you go into camps for 2-3 weeks. So for us, it's no different. I suppose the only difference would be in days off that players would normally get, they would go shopping. Here they won't get a day off to go shopping.